Home is where the heart is. And your heart has to be in it when you ask forgiveness or when you don't ask for forgiveness. So my speech tonight is going to be on forgiveness. And it's going to be on whether or not we want to ask for forgiveness or we don't. And I have 3 points to bring up. My first point is this here, is don't ask for it. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but don't ask for it. My second point is there's a better way to do it. And lastly, runs contrary to what I just said, is we should practice forgiveness. So my first point is this here, is don't ask for forgiveness. So I want each of you to imagine that I committed some offense against you. But don't make this offense so grand where it would even challenge Mother Teresa on forgiving me. But make it severe enough where you're severely upset, angry, mad, ashamed, or worse, disappointed in me. And when I come to ask you for forgiveness, that you're just absolutely not. Now, while you're thinking about this offense, I want to say this here. I want to give you an example on why most people ask for forgiveness. So I created this offense. I did this offense against you. And now I'm feeling bad about it. And now what I want to do is I want to release that burden from myself. I want to feel better. As the person who committed that offense, whatever wrong I committed, I want to feel better because I got this burden on me. So what I want to do is, for me to get better, I'm going to go to you, Trevor, and I'm going to ask Trevor, hey, would you forgive me for this? But now, okay, so do we have some offenses that I committed against you? Can I get a couple offenses?
You borrowed $100 from me, you never paid it back.
Okay, I never repaid it. I said I was going to repay Matt, and I never repaid Matt. Do we have any other offenses?
You called him a nasty name.
Okay, I was inconsiderate, and I called somebody a nasty name. Those. Yes, Abigail.
You hit the door going out, like the parking lot. You hit the door and ruined the door.
Okay, I damaged the door,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to fix the door. I didn't want to accept responsibility for doing it. So I borrowed some money. I called somebody a nasty name, and I damaged some property. So now let's go with Matt's example. Matt's upset with me because Matt trusted me that I was going to pay him back. So Matt, you're still upset with me, and now I'm feeling bad about it, but I still don't have his $100, and I'm feeling bad about it. So I go up to Matt and I say, hey Matt, listen, I'm sorry about this. Would you forgive me? What is your initial response on this? Honestly,
yeah, you're forgiven, but where's my $100?
Okay, that's a heck of a person, because a lot of times when we're still really upset or mad about it, we don't want to forgive. He had to struggle with that because, for a Christian, part of the Christian faith is we should forgive as Christians, but it's a struggle. So when I'm asking somebody for forgiveness, what I'm actually doing is I'm making a request for somebody and placing an additional burden on somebody that I've already offended. So that's why I say it's not good to ask for forgiveness, because I've already hurt a person somehow. I've already made the person mad, and now what I'm doing is I'm placing an additional burden on the person by asking for forgiveness. And this brings me to my second point. There's a better way to do this. And the better way to do this is for me to recognize what I did, admit what I did, go to the person and say, I'm genuinely sorry about this, change my behavior, and then go to make amends for this. And the whole premise of this second point is based on the 12 steps 8 and 9. And when we commit an offense and we want to say we're sorry to somebody and we want to ask that forgiveness, just know that there's a better way to do it. And in step 8, it says, we made a list of all the people that we have harmed and we are willing to make amends as long as it didn't create further damage to that person, because sometimes it's just not, the timing just isn't right. And step 9 is we actually go to make that amends. So now I'm going to Matt and I'm going to say, Matt, listen, I am truly sorry. I have to be truly sorry about this. So I say, Matt, listen, I know I said I was going to pay you $100 a month ago, and I still haven't paid you that $100. I'm sorry about that. I recognize what I'm doing wrong. I don't have your money, but I do have $20 now. Can you work with me on paying the rest of this money back? And how can I make this right to you? Once I pay you back, what more can I do to make this right? So when I'm asking Matt, what more can I do? Then what I'm doing is I'm shifting. I'm giving him control. I'm giving Matt the power. So if I were to step to you like that, Matt, I don't have the full $100. I'm sorry for what I did, but I have 20. Can you work with me on this?
Yeah, I appreciate you acknowledging the debt and starting to repay it, so yeah.
Okay, do you feel a little bit better than just me going to you and saying, hey, I don't have your money, but I'm really sorry about this.
Absolutely.
It just seems more genuine. So it's just better if we don't ask for forgiveness, but we do let the person know, hey, listen, I messed up. I know I messed up. I'm changing the behavior and I'm trying to do something about this. And my last point is this here, is the point about actually practicing forgiveness and why it's important to practice forgiveness. Now, whether or not I even said anything to Matt, it would be good for Matt to say, listen, I'm just gonna forgive Jeff on this here. I'm not gonna forget what he did. I'm not gonna ever lend him any more money, but I'm definitely gonna forgive that. Because here's the thing about it. In one of the books that I read, there's a famous teacher says, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. Why don't we want the sun to go down on our wrath? Meaning, don't go to sleep angry. Because when we go to sleep angry, we usually have a tendency of doing what?
Not sleeping well.
Not sleeping well.
Waking up angry.
Waking up angry. Now I'm waking up angry. Now I'm carrying this burden. Now I got this burden on me. Now I'm carrying this burden on me the next day. And if I stay like this long enough, that anger is going to turn into what? Resentment. And now that resentment is going to start eating my lunch. It's going to start eating my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches within inside of me. And now that's going to affect every other part of my life. So what I do is, whether or not the person ever steps to me for forgiveness or not, I forgive that person. And just know this, with forgiveness, when you forgive somebody, whether that person asks you for forgiveness or not, we are not pardoning the perpetrator. But what we are doing is we're freeing ourselves of a burden. So what I like to do is I don't like to ask for forgiveness. I do like to make amends, and I do practice for forgiveness. Madam Toastmaster?